Let's get right into it. Did you know that in some of the world's most chaotic cities, the job of a rickshaw racer isn't just about ferrying tourists? It's a brutal, high-stakes sport where a single race can decide a person's fortune. You see a rickshaw racer weaving through the dense, loud traffic of a city like Dhaka or Kolkata, pulling a two-wheeled passenger vehicle. The streets are a vibrant chaos of honking horns and a sea of people. This isn't just a job, it's a grueling profession that tests the absolute limits of human endurance. These racers, often called rickshaw pullers, aren't just transporting people. They're professional athletes training for the informal but intense races that pop up. The prize money for these races, while not a king's ransom by Western standards, can be life-changing for them and their families, often being enough to pay off debts, buy a small piece of land, or even start a new business. But the world of professional rickshaw racing is a clandestine one, filled with its own legends and dark secrets. Imagine you're a newcomer trying to make a name for yourself. You've heard whispers of the king of the concrete jungle, a legendary racer who never loses, but no one has ever seen his face. His rickshaw is said to be a thing of beauty and terrifying speed. The streets are his track, and the traffic is his obstacle course. He's not just fast, he's almost supernatural. Here's where it gets weird. Rumors say the king of the concrete jungle isn't human, not really. They say he's a spirit of the city's heart, an entity born from the collective will and pain of the millions of people who have walked those streets. They say he can glide through traffic jams that would trap a regular person for hours, his rickshaw almost flying low to the ground. Some old-timers say they've seen his eyes glowing like embers in the early morning fog. But the real twist came when an investigative journalist, intrigued by the legend, began to dig into the shadowy world of these races. He found a dark, disturbing secret. It turns out that to enter the highest level races, racers have to go through a bizarre ritual. They must carry a passenger, not a person, but an object of immense weight. The heavier the object, the more prestigious the race they can enter. The journalist discovered these objects were not just heavy, but also made of a rare, dark metal that seemed to absorb light. The legend of the king of the concrete jungle began to make twisted sense. Imagine you witness this, a rickshaw race at dawn. The air is thick with anticipation. The racers line up, their faces grim. But one racer stands out. His rickshaw, instead of a person, carries a large, shimmering cube of that strange metal. You watch him start the race. While the other racers struggle, he moves with an otherworldly grace. His muscles not straining, his face serene. He's not pulling the weight. The weight seems to be pulling him. So what's really happening? You'd think this would be a simple case of a skilled athlete. But the journalist's investigation revealed that the king was using a form of applied physics that was so far beyond common knowledge, it felt like magic. He wasn't relying on pure strength. He was leveraging the subtle gravitational shifts caused by the moon's position and the pull of the Earth's core. It's a technique only whispered about in ancient texts, a secret passed down through a forgotten lineage of urban mystics. But the most astonishing discovery was that the king of the concrete jungle was, in fact, not one person, but a lineage of them. Each king was not a single individual, but a title passed down to the one who could master this strange gravitational form of racing. The previous king would teach the next, their rickshaw, and the bizarrely heavy metal cube serving as their training instruments. It wasn't a spirit, but a legacy, built on a secret knowledge that has kept them at the top of their brutal sport for centuries. Could you imagine training to be a rickshaw racer today, not just for strength, but for a mastery of gravity? It's a career that combines athleticism with a deep, almost esoteric knowledge of physics, a job that exists on the razor's edge of legend and reality. That's all for today. I'll be making similar videos in the future. Subscribe to see them.